this review comes to you my way, meaning a whole week late. WandaVision Episode 8 was obviously directed by Matt Shakman, obviously stars Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany, and this time our main villain is now Kathryn Hahn as Agatha Harkness. And this episode follows Agatha and Wanda as Agatha takes Wanda down memory lane to try to find out how she did this anomaly in Westview. Favorite episode yet. Just gotta come out and say that. Best episode in the whole series. It's awesome. Now, I do have to come out and say, recently, right before I watched this episode, I was feeling a bit burned out. I think this is a show that it has a hype for a while, and then the show kind of burned out on me. After a while, I mean, it's still a great show, but I really think I'm going to need to watch the whole series a complete second time to get the true hype, because after episodes 6 and 7, obviously, I was not that big of a fan of those. I kind of felt burned out. I don't know. It's still a good show. I don't know. I just felt a little burned out before watching this, and then it kind of got me up, and then here's the thing how I need to watch it again, because now, that was last Sunday, it's now Thursday, been very busy. Sorry about the delay, by the way. I've been kind of, thinking about the show as a whole, and then I don't know, it feels like a show you need to watch twice in order to get the full effect. Now, obviously, good episode, and I'm going to praise it and give you my initial thoughts, but right now I'm like, I need to watch this episode a second time. It's a show that you need to watch twice to get the full effect, I believe. So, just so you know, if I seem a bit off in this video, talking about it, even though this was my favorite episode while watching it, because it explains a lot, just know that that's just how I'm feeling right now, that I need to watch the whole show a second time, and I will in the future, but still gonna praise this episode because it was the best. But before I give you my thoughts, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell so you never miss another video, and comment down below, what do you think of WandaVision episode 8 tomorrow, because it is Thursday. Again, sorry about the delay, school and stuff. It's been driving me insane. Just so you know, the finale premieres tomorrow. Very, very hyped. And also tomorrow premieres Coming to America. I'll talk more about videos that I'm going to do in the future very, very, very soon. But here is my WandaVision episode 8 review. Like I said, best episode of the whole bunch. It's still a number 1 on my Letterboxd right now. I'm thinking about changing it back to just movies, but I might keep it as it is. I don't know. Comment down below, do you like the TV and movie ranking combined? But right now, it's still at number 1 because this show is great. Obviously, gonna need to watch it a second time because some of the effects hyped up after like the first day of watching it, I feel a bit, I don't know, drowned out in the show. But anyways, yeah. So good. I did notice one thing. At the beginning of the show, when Agatha's showing Wanda the spells and stuff, one of the spells has, and I might be mistaken because I'm not super Marvel Comics related. I don't read the comics all the time. I know the comics, but I don't read them all the time, if that makes any sense. But I'm pretty sure it had the House of M symbol, and that is what WandaVision's based after. The House of M comic storyline. And that's kind of what this was, and it felt amazing to see that. I'm like, oh, look at that. And my family's like, what? I'm like, well, there's the perks of being a nerd. Anyways, so yeah, I did notice that. The show starts out with Agatha, and it's kind of her origin story, like in the Salem witch trials, and then you realize her whole family was witches. And it's not great. It wasn't great. It was a good start, but I wasn't, loving it. It wasn't as good as the rest of the episode. I want to talk about what makes Wanda do all these, what makes her inspired by sitcoms, and I can tell some people would be like, that's stupid. They never mentioned that in the Marvel comics because I'm an idiot. I can't imagine some people doing that, but I'm completely okay with it. I'm better than okay. It makes a lot of sense. And while she was watching, with the music going on, and then you know that this family is going to be torn apart, it was kind of heartbreaking to watch. This was the only episode on WandaVision I almost cried. And I never even cried on Infinity War and Endgame, even though Endgame's favorite movie of all time. I never cried during those films. And, you know, I almost cried during WandaVision, and it was so emotional and powerful. And then you're like that, and she's sitting there, like, watching it, and, like, I can imagine people having tears streaming down their faces instead of being, like, the idiots who are not fine with that. By the way, I feel really bad. I feel really, really bad for calling people idiots because, you know, that's probably not what people think. And I'm just jumping to the negative. So sorry. But anyways, yeah, I think it was pretty good. Just how they did that. And it almost made me cry, and it was pretty emotionally powerful. The next one was her at Hydra, and I felt a little bored by this one. But then you see the Mind Stone, you're like, so this is why she likes Vision, because it comes from her powers. That explains later on in the episode. Speaking of tears, I do have to mention, I almost cried at the part to grow olden. That was very emotional as well. I'll get to that later, but speaking of Hydra, wasn't the biggest fan of that part. I certainly didn't hate that part, but, I certainly wasn't, like, dying to see the rest of this storyline at Hydra. I wasn't necessarily the biggest fans of that. Not as much as the other memories. Now, the next memory, you kind of figure something's off with Hayward. But we're not stupid. We knew that from the very beginning, that something was off with Hayward. And especially this post-credit scene, we'll get to that in a minute. But something is definitely off with Hayward in this episode. He's trying to get Wanda to build Vision back. And, I'm beginning to think maybe Hayward is Misfito in the MCU. Maybe. I know some people were thinking that, but this episode really proves he has something diabolical to do with Vision, and I'm very curious to see how this goes out. But yeah, something was wrong with Hayward, and then the post-credit scene, which we will talk about, and then the emotion as she builds it, and you're like, this was subconscious. Vision gave a clue. He's like, somehow I think this was subconscious at first, and then you got used to it, or blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of what happened, and, I don't really blame her, because you see all these things happen to her, and it only sucks that Agatha has to come in here, because I'm really liking Wanda in this show. But anyways, yeah, that explains everything. Let's talk about the post-credit scene. It's a must for the post-credit scene. But before I do that, I do want to mention that I was wrong, that they didn't get turned into a bunny or a bug in the last episode, the children, because they were almost murdered by Agatha, and that's how the episode ends. Before the credit scene, which we're just about to talk about, White Vision. Alright. I didn't know what White Vision was in the comics. I've heard he was in the comics because I've read some news reports and stuff. But I don't really know what White Vision has to do. So I don't really know what he's going to do. But it's pretty interesting. And if we get to see a Vision versus White Vision battle, ooh, yum, it's gonna be awesome. Oh, I'm so excited for the finale. But yeah, this post-credit scene, it means a lot. It gives us a lot of information about Hayward and everyone. So anyways, yeah, that was my review. I really, really enjoyed this episode. So much emotion, so much everything. Got me really hyped for the finale, but I think after the finale, or maybe I'll just leave it at that, but I think this really is a show that needs to be watched twice. I'm really enjoying it when I watch it, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I need to watch that again. So unfortunately, that's how I feel, but best episode yet. Surprisingly, gonna give it an A+, 10 out of 10, and 5 stars. I know, surprising, right? 2 A- because they're kind of mediocre compared to the rest of the show, and then this episode. I really hope the finale is amazing, and kind of making me get out of the slump of not being amazed by WandaVision because, you know, I kind of want to be amazed by this show because it is utter brilliance. Best thing MCU has put out since Endgame, obviously. And then it's first at my 2021 ranking. Anyways, yeah, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, and comment down below. What do you think of WandaVision? Still haven't seen the new Scooby-Doo movie, nor have I seen the Tom and Jerry movie. Still have to see that. Hopefully gonna try to watch Coming to America, the 1988 version, tonight. And then Saturday, watching Coming to America. Very not hyped for that. It'll be fine, I think. I'm pretty excited. I normally get excited when things come out. Like, I wasn't hyped for Tom and Jerry, and then I got excited in the week because I'm like, yay, more video ideas. That's really how I feel. Tomorrow, unless I watch Coming to America tonight, I'll probably do my haul. Because I want to review Coming to America before Coming to America. Sounds weird saying that, by the way, but I do want to do that. But yeah, nothing really much coming up. Coming to America review this weekend. Hopefully next week I might go see Chaos Walking. Picked up the book today, actually, so gonna read that one soon. But if I go see it, I'm gonna watch the movie, then give you my review. Still have to watch Tom and Jerry. Still have to watch the new Scooby-Doo movie. Very excited about all of those. You guys make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell, comment down below. What do you think of WandaVision? And yeah, so that's all I have to say. And always make sure to subscribe to join the Nerd Army. Peace out.